Hey guys, okay, I didn't lie to y'all that the last previous video would be the last one because this really is. But since I started what I started, I thought I would make a video kind of showing you a couple of things. Okay, so this is just to show what's gonna go. It's not in my Etsy shop now. You just kind of have to watch my Etsy shop because this really will be the last video. I'll show the bundles maybe when they're finished, maybe not. Like I said, you'll just have to watch what comes through my videos to see what I've got going on. So this is the pile of dyed stuff that I dyed. So let me just go through some of the avocado stuff you've seen, and some of you haven't seen any of this. Okay, so let me just show y'all now what's inspiring this whole thing is K3N. Catherine at K3N, she's making I'm not sure what it's called. Like I said, you'll have to just go watch her video on it. She's kind of the only person right now that I'm having time to kind of peek into because of this project, this bundle sale that I'm trying to do. She doesn't sell bundles, and if you watch the video that I linked on my previous video, and I'll relink it again here. I'll link two of them. The first one she made and the one that she's working on, the same project she's working on. Basically, guys, it's so beautiful. It's like a book where she's stitching, but her stitches are inside of a book. They're little tiny panels, you know, that she's putting in the book. So anyway, but she says on the video that she's not sure where to tell her onlookers, her viewers, her subscribers, you know, those who are inspired by her work, where to find the kind of stuff that she has, which means she's probably not selling. I don't know that for sure. I'm just saying. So what I did, being the original junk journal kit creator, I watched people, and I watched artists and makers. And of course I was joking when I called people highbrow artists. All artists are great. Okay, for once I take that back. All artists are great artists. Anyway, and I guess what I meant by highbrow artists is that some of them really can see at least my vision of what I try to do in my work. I'm putting together some more tins. Here's one here. Here's one here. Here is a bigger tin that I'm putting together. These aren't in there. This is a cup and saucer, one of my mom's cup and saucers that I'm putting down in there amongst a lot of other Asian-y kind of things. This one, the top to this one, these aren't in my Etsy shop yet, guys, but they will be. There's the top to that one. These aren't finished, and these are going to come with old books. So like this one here is going to come with this old book for you to be inspired and make something, make a journal. You can art journal. You can do whatever you want. Comes with 2 sewing patterns. This one is a fall season tin. Sorry, I'm not finished with these. I'm just throwing things down in there. So they have, you know, they have a lot of stuff in there. There's the, look. There's the sunflower pincushiony thingy. These are so cute. Of course, I kept one. I had to. That's my baby's favorite flower. But if you've been with me for a long time, you know that already. Anyway, so I'm working on lace right now. There's more lace to go in here. There's the top to that one. And then I haven't put any lace down in there yet. This one I haven't put any lace in, and the book that's gonna go with this one is here. The book with this one is this pretty red old book. It's kind of faded here on the side. Easy to cut. I can gut these for you if you want me to. They're old. So that one's getting that book. And I'm not finished with these, guys. I have a lot of reading to do, and so I can't play. There's the top to that one. And this book I wanted to keep for myself. It's a cloth. Oh, excuse me. Goodness gracious. Why do I come on here after I've eaten? I guess that's the best time. Anyway, so this one is really pretty. This one I was going to keep. It's a very pretty olive color green. A little bit lighter than olive green, but it's a cloth book. It's old. These are all old books. This one has some images in it that you can cut out and play around with, that kind of thing. These books do not have images, and the reason why I decided to let this one go and not keep it for myself, because I still have teeny tiny ones that are green. Look at that one, isn't it cute? That one, and I have several others. Isn't that pretty? And then I'm gonna put some other old books in my Etsy store that are they're kind of plant-based. If you're a gardener, or if you like old sketches of old gardening books. By the way, these all come with sewing patterns, 2 sewing patterns, and there's going to be lace and all kinds of stuff down in here. And so they're just sets of inspiration. That's basically what they are. This one has a lot of good stuff in there too. They all do. And I think I told you guys all of the spools. This is a big book. This book here, if I were a crafter for others, I'm a crafter for myself, I would totally keep this book and turn it into exactly what Catherine at K3N is doing. And that is making books with her stitching panels inside, the small stitching panels inside the book. It's pretty cool. I hope y'all watched her video, and I hope you go subscribe to her. She's doing some really cool things. And then this, look at all these spools. Now, you know, this is ridiculousness. Look at all that. I wasn't joking last time when I said I had a big bag of old spools. It's just a lot, and they're all wooden, so I might make some bundles of those to put in my shop and so on. So that's all I'm working on. The news is that I won't be on here showing you what I put in my shop, because guys, if I showed you, and y'all know me, I just like to grab the camera and say, okay, here it is, and show you. I'm not doing that. If I showed you the whole stack of texts that I have to get through by October, oh yeah, y'all would just I don't know what you would do. Maybe some of you might say, oh girl, you got that right. If one more person tells me I got that, I'm just gonna be like, stop saying that. No, I don't right now. I will, but I don't got it right now. I'm working on it. It's like me telling my niece, who just got a car, a brand new car, a 2024 Honda Civic. She's so excited, guys, and it's such a cute car. And she's taking her driving test today. And so one of the things is, I'll put this here so you can look at it. This is one of my mom's book dangles. There's one of my mom's buttons. I gave Carla Frizzell all of these. These were from my mom's estate and my grandmother's estate. And this was a dangle my mom made. Let me show you some of the dangles. I know, squirrel. I'm on other things now. Where did I put those? Here they are. These were some of my mom's artistry pieces. She was just fierce. There's one of her dangles. This was for the Predators. She loves sports. My mom could talk about sports with anybody. Sports news people, sportscasters, sportsmen. She could talk about sports, and my great auntie could too. They just love sports. And these were some of the ones, some of the dangles my mom made. Look at this one. Yeah, and I'm showing you guys this. I have been missing her and miss her so much, but I've been finding myself laughing at stuff that we did because I was with my mom nearly every day. I could throw a rock and hit my grandmother's house. That's how close we were. And so that's where my comfort and peace is. But look at this one. This might go, I could put this one in. I could be gentle and give this one, put this one in a red, white, and blue. I had started a red, white, and blue 10, and I might gift that one in the 10. I'm not sure. It's a possibility. I'm still holding on to some of her things because you know how it goes. Y'all know how it goes. And if you don't know how it goes, enjoy and keep making memories. This one says Hurricane. Hurricane, I love that. That's one of hers. Excuse me. And then why am I showing you guys this? I'm supposed to be showing you my other stuff. I will here in a second. There's that one. This is what is that? Bruins? I don't know who they are. Let's see if it gives me a clue on some kind of, oh, maybe that's hockey. That's probably some hockey team. Look at that. Isn't that cool? These were her dangles, guys. My mom did these. She was inspired for a minute, by all the junk journal stuff, because she sold now. If you want to talk about highbrow, my mom sold highbrow in stuff like glass and Fenton and all that stuff. And then this is the Golden State. This is Golden State. Whoops. And she put a lot of, let me try to find the part to hold. Here it is. She put these hooks on there. So these are really cute. And I think she had in mind for people to wear their backpacks or when they go to the games. I love this one though because of the buttons that I sold and gifted, happy mailed. That is one of my family estate buttons. And Carla Frizzell has all of those now. They belong to Carla Frizzell. Hey Carla, if you watch girl, okay? I know, but I haven't been stitching, but I'm gonna. I'm gonna stitch some stuff probably this coming brain break after I get all these bundles done, inspired by K3. And here's a little baby thingy there, and then this is a heart. These were just some pieces. This one I might keep myself and put on something of my own, this red heart. And then this one I remember she had this one in her shop forever. She sold a lot of these, but this one was in her shop for a long time, and it opens up. It's got the fleur-de-lis and opens up there. Isn't that cute? It's so cute. This one I'll probably keep too. So anyway, I've just been going through a lot of her stuff. I have so much of her beads and charms that go down into a lot of the tins now. That one's going to hang back on the wall just to remind me of where that button really came from. Okay, so let's look at my K3N inspired hand-dyed fabric bundles. This is what I got. Okay, the first set is avocado. Now, I got to go back and look at her video to figure out how I don't know if I'm going to cut these in, like, they're not going to be any, there's no measurements. I'm just going to say that right off. But what I'm going to do is try to divide every piece I can with patterns. So this is a beautiful avocado piece here. It's an old pillowcase. And you're getting them like they are. If you don't like the smell of avocado or coffee, or this is my first time rust dyeing. I had some rust dyed pieces in my Etsy shop, but I took them out and used them to rust dye. I'll put some more pieces in there because I have a lot of that stuff, but I don't know if rust dye smells or not. I don't know. But anyway, it's just dyed fabric, and I have not washed these after I've dyed them. So you're on your own with that. I don't wash anything. I just make the stuff and sell it. So anyway, So there's a piece, and I probably would cut this in threes and make sure everybody has like a really good piece. I don't know how many bundles they're going to be. I'm not sure. This is another pillowcase piece, cotton, old pillowcase, and you can't see all the goodness on there. I wonder if, let me see if I turn on the light, if it makes it a little bit better. Texas, guys, it's been kind of crazy. For those people in Kerrville, someone bought something from me in Kerrville recently, an old vintage tablecloth. And I just reached out to that person after the fact and said, man, you know, thinking about you guys, I hope everybody's okay, because it's pretty bad. They probably should just, you know, close that whole area up, because it's going to continue to flood. You can't see how pretty that is. I wish you could. You can kind of see the mood here changing into this dark, moody pink up here. It's kind of a dirty, dusty pink. And there's some areas here. Hopefully it comes off okay. All right, let me speed it up. And then here's a piece. I'm not going to open these all the way. This fabric here, is this one of the pieces? This fabric here came from a bolt, and I might show the bolt in my Etsy listing. I have more of it left, but I'm probably won't. I mean, I'll use this fabric again, but it was kind of water resistant, this fabric. But I'm, you know, I am like the epitome of resistance. And I continued and continued and said, you will take on this pattern fabric. You're going to take this avocado. And it did. Because I resisted, and look what happened. Product. Right? So there's that. And all of these, let's see. They all stitch. Well, let's get a better pin. Let's get a needle. Here's a needle. What was I using that for? Oh, to sew in a button. I was sewing some stuff. I've been actually like patching up some of my favorite t-shirts inspired by Kate in the Nest. I've been patching up my t-shirt holes with stuff. So it kind of goes, well, not kind of, it goes through really nice and easy, like butter. There you have it. And that's a big piece of thread. Okay. And then you see the little holes that it leaves there. Not all of the fabrics are like that, but you know, you just swipe over, cover it up, and keep going. So there's that. This is not, I'm not going to use this fabric again to dye with, but I did resist and I did produce. Okay, so this piece here is gorgeous and folds out. I can't show you all the stuff, guys, but look at that pattern. So what you're going to get in the bundles, and I'm just going to cut these randomly. I don't have time to measure stuff. There's no time for that. And Catherine at K3N will tell you all. Now she is a measurer. I think she tries to be, and this is positive comment. This is not bad, or I don't know, whatever. Hopefully no one takes it the wrong way. She says that she's not a measurer and just do and be natural, but she does measure. She'll pull out some stuff in a minute and make sure things are edged up and nice and right and all that. I'm not doing that with these. I'm just going to cut some stuff and you'll get bundles, okay? And more avocado dye. Oh, that's so pretty. You can't even see how pretty that is. Oh man, I wish you guys could see the pretty pink. It's a very dusty, dirty pink. My style. I love dirty stuff like this. That dirty pattern. Just gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. There's that. I put some pieces in there like this. I may not have a lot of this Battenberg pattern to go in each bundle, but I'll make it work. You'll probably get like a piece of that or something. They'll be nice pieces, guys. I'm gonna say, well, let's see how much I get through. Let me quit talking and just show you, and then I can tell you about how many bundles That'll tell you how big the pieces are by how many bundles I'm gonna make. I'm choosing to make. Choosing. That's a form of resistance too. And I'm still productive. Because I'm gonna make the decision. Okay, so there we are with that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Even the light pieces over here. Pretty, pretty, right? All right, let me speed it up. Dyeing your own fabric is so fun if you have the time and the space. And this one has a cut in it already. I think I put this in some pack kit or something. Oh, I know what it was. I sold something and I put a piece of this and clipped a little bow pin with some beads on it and said, this is my avocado dye. So there's a lot of that. That's really pretty. Okay, so you'll get some eyelet. And then this is another style of eyelet. Here. I'm going to try to keep this video under 33 minutes so I can just upload it. Isn't it pretty? I'm not editing so much these days, guys. There's no time. There's just no time. But I'm enjoying my doctoral studies. I have to say that. And I might have something published here in a hot minute. I'm really excited about that. So productivity. This is really pretty. I love this pattern here. This is all avocado. So you'll get some of that. Let's do a stick the needle in test on this one. I think this is the same, maybe the same fabric. And what K3N does, I highly recommend you follow her and watch her videos. Her stuff is just really cool. It is sort of primitive, if you will, and I like that. Easy peasy. If it leaves holes, you scratch it out. She shows you how to do that too. And keep going. I do have, let me show y'all something quickly. Oh, this is going to mess up my, well, I'll show you in the end, or I'll post it in the end. I took a big, huge, rusted top that I got, and it's dyeing, and I'm not using this fabric. I'm using this fabric is a mix of what is it? I have the tag. It's a mix of, I think it's a mix of like polyester and cotton or something like that. It's a blend, but it dyed well, like I said, because you know I'm a stubborn rebel kind of person. You will die. You will die. Okay, so there's that. This is really nice. And I did have to leave it in for a while. Okay, so avocado. Avocado. Avocado, look at that. Now this is an old cotton, so it's gonna dye like, give it to me, baby. That kind of dye. Like, lay it on me, mama. Lay it on me, daddy. That kind of dye. Can you see it? And it does so beautifully. You can see here where it's almost like this, I don't know, it's like a kind of a lemony yellow looking, or rustic yellow up in these areas, but oh, it just took it so well. And it's not yellow on here, but it looks like it on the camera there. And there's the back, but you can see how well cotton dyes. The old fabrics do. I put some old pillowcases in my next, that's a piece. I think I'm going to stick that down in my, I'm going to put that in the Asian piece, Asian tin. Okay, and then more here. Beautiful patterns. Avocado, avocado, That's got some pretty, this had some pre-stains on it. And the avocado just took them up and made them even more beautiful. Look at that. This is a pillowcase. And it opens up so you can see the bundles are going to be really, really, can you hear that? I haven't even opened it up yet. The bundles are going to be really, really, really abundant. I'll put it that way. More avocado. And again, you'll be able to tell how healthy they'll be in terms of stock because of how many I make. Look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. Look at this side. This side must have been laid down. And this side is up. And guys, because I have comments turned off, you can always email me and ask me a question in my email. Feel free to do that. I do have avocado dye videos of how I avocado dye stuff. Everybody does it differently. I took a lot of my videos down, but I am more than happy to put them back up because I'm never going to show the process of this again, but I have shown it a couple times. So if you're interested in that, just email me and say, can you put that video back up on how you avocado dye and get all that color? I am more than happy to do so. There's a lot of videos on avocado dyeing anyway. So you don't need me to show you how to do that. There's more Battenberg. And this video is going to go long if I don't speed it up. This is cotton. Old pillowcase. So there's a lot here, but I'm going to keep the bundles. This is a really big piece here. I'm going to keep the bundles to a minimum so that you get a lot. And you'll probably get enough to make your own, look at that staining there. That's like those dots that were pre-stained on that pillowcase. Look at that. And this was a pillowcase that I found. It's a pillow sham, I think, is what these are called. Anyway, and it's got a lot of pretty flowers and things like that at the center. So, I'm only selling these in the States. If you're interested and you live somewhere else, I mean, I'll open it up on my Etsy store to everywhere else, but guys, the shipping is just craziness. Okay, and then here is some of the rust dye. This is my first time rust dyeing. I had a whole box of rusty pieces in my Etsy shop. Took too long for people to notice, so what did I do? And I tend to do that. Took it out and used it myself. So you'll get some rusty bits. Okay, lots of rust coloring here on the edges. So you'll get some of that. And here's more rust. My good friend Tahira Whittington at Pure Word Creation does some beautiful rust dyed papers. Beautiful rust dyed papers. I sent her and Rosemary some rusty bit Happy Meal. Who does that? No one does that. I do. I just sent them some rusted boxes with rusted stuff in there. Anyway, here's some other beautiful rusting. And there's a lot of white space over here, so you gotta kind of, like I said, go watch K3N's video to see what she's doing and how she pieces these things out. I did add some, I will tell you, I did add some coffee, black tea coffee in these pieces so that it kind of colored that white area where the rusty pieces weren't laying down. So this is nice and rusted with coffee and black tea stains. I just mix it up. It's whatever. It dyes. And then here's another piece here with some rusty bits. That's a big piece. And here's more here. They're nice and dry. This stitches really well. This is again part of that same kind of fabric that I won't use again when I dye. I'll show you if I have time. Okay, golly, time goes quickly. Anyway, I'll just have to put the two videos together. It's because I talk too much and I want to show you stuff, and I haven't been on here forever. This probably will really will be the last video. Maybe I'll put some photos of the bundles on here on YouTube, but YouTube takes time, guys, and I feel guilty. I'm the kind of student professor who, if I'm not doing my work and I'm doing other things, I feel I can't enjoy the work. You know what I mean? Like, I'm enjoying this because this is a brain break for me from reading, because I've been reading. I try to read 5 hours a day, 5 hours a day or less, if you know, because yeah, it's a lot to take in, but this is a brain break for me, so it's really nice. And but I can't be on here YouTubing. Like, I don't have stuff to do, because then I start feeling really bad when I'm not doing my work and I'm YouTubing instead. And I'm enjoying my work. I love it. I am teaching 2 classes this coming semester. Look at those colorings there. That's kind of a bluish grayish color. That's from the black tea, probably, in the coffee mix. But look at all that rustiness. Isn't that pretty? It's gorgeous. And this is coffee dye here. So there's some coffee stains. And they're kind of a brownish grayish color. K3N uses a lot of eco dye. She like literally puts stuff out, put leaves in these things. I haven't tried that yet, but she'll put leaves in things, and her stuff comes out like this coloring here, some of it. And she puts stuff out in bundles in an area under a tree and leaves it there for I don't know how long. And then goes back and gets it, and it's like this kind of color. This is black tea and coffee. And if you don't like the smell of coffee, you're going to smell it. It's got some rust here. I just kind of did a mix of all kinds of things. And this is a nice cotton, old linen piece. And there's that. And that piece. So I've got some smaller pieces in here. These are cotton. They're not the water resistant that I resisted and still produced stains on pieces. These are actually cotton linen pieces. Resist. And you can still produce. That's the whole point of resisting, is production and taking time for oneself. Look at this. I think when we walk in forests, or we walk in the woods, I should say, not forests. Look at this beautiful piece. I love that. That is a form of resistance, and it's very productive. When we grow flowers in gardens and we stitch, that's resistance, and it's productive. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? This is a really white, got a lot of white space in it. So some of your pieces will be like white. White. So you can, you know, cover it or whatever you want to do. This is all coffee. Look at those beautiful stains, coffee stains. Coffee tea stains. You can kind of see the pattern of where that coffee is threaded. It's following the threads. Excuse me, kind of layering up. And you can see what kind of fabric this is. I'm not using this fabric again though. When I do, I'm going to do this again. And, oh, excuse me. And down to the last one. There's this. This is an old table runner. Cotton linen table runner. Whoops. Sorry, I hit you guys. Ooh, and it smells so good. you know, I love coffee though. I can't survive without coffee. Let's just be real. I love tea too. I don't love tea, but I drink tea. Sometimes when, you know, I want a break, and sometimes I make hot tea and then I throw it in the refri and let it sit in there and then drink it cold. Add some lemon to it and it's so good. And it's got a lot of caffeine in it. I can use a lot of caffeine these days. This has got some pattern here and here. So I'll try to put some of that in the bundles. And they're going to be tied with, this is the last part, there's more and more. And here's some yellow linen, not the yellow I used in my, where's my Roxy journal of stitchery that I haven't touched in a long time. And yeah, I'm not pulling that out because I'm not stitching right now. But anyway, this is not that yellow pillowcase that I used. I used all of that in there, and I would never do it again because it was so fragile and so old and vintage that it is vulnerable to easy tearing. This is great vintage linen. This is linen, and it's yellow, but I coffee black tea dyed it, and it took some of the stains. So you'll get a, you know, each bundle will get a piece of that. So you have a little bit of variety. And then, oh, I guess I just picked this. Oh, there we go. This is old linen. Oh, most of the coffee black stain, most of it is old cotton linen. That reminds me of my coffee dyed paper. Right, guys? Right? Boom, 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 boom. Remember? Oh, my gosh. Remember. Back in the day. Okay. So there's that. It's so funny. Last year I was watching one seller. She was like, guys, oh, I just wish things were back like they were. Yeah, you wish they were back like they were when I first introduced junk journaling kits because, you know, you were making money off of that. Sure, we all wish we were back in those days. You should have given credit, though. That's just all I ask. Just give credit where credit is due, people. Give credit where credit is due. Don't just be taking shit and running off into the sunset like you did it. No. And don't be saying, oh, because, you know, this and that and no. Pinterest. Yeah, there's tons of ideas on Pinterest, but guess what? I didn't get my junk journaling kit idea from Pinterest. That came from this noggin, okay? Just accept it. Non-acceptance is real. Okay, so this is going to be my bundle. I have a ton of sari silk ribbon that I'm going to tie these up with. I'm going to try and stick to like a color scheme that's kind of, you know, ecru-y, if you will. So these will be tied up with that. Now I got to go back and watch K3N's video to see what else she put in here, because I know she put some doodads. I got plenty of doodads. Guys, look at my mom's bucket. Look at this bucket. Pins and doodads and all kinds of stuff. This was my mom's. I gave a lot of this away. A lot of her stuff I gave away. A lot of it to a crafter. And so I have a lot of her stuff. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye. Oh, before I do, I need to show you what I'm currently dyeing. So while I'm walking in there to show you that, my niece is taking her driving test today. Guys, my great nephew came, and the first thing he went for, let me show you. Oh Lord. When he came in my craft room, which is a disaster to have a 2-year-old, very active little boy, great nephew of mine in your craft room, that's what he went to first. Oh, guys, he went to my tomato pincushions. I'm like, baby, no. You can't have that. That's bad. Anyway, he's so adorable. And he's so active. And whenever I spend time with him, I don't even work out or walk for days because it's such a workout with him. Anyway, this is my current rust bed dyeing. Guys, under here, I don't want to move it, is this round brown, beautifully rusted. I'll try and put some pictures in here, but it's beautifully rusted. All of these fabrics in here are not water resistant. That's the kind of fabrics that I'm going to use when I rust dye from now on. There's some pieces from the other stuff. I had a bunch of pieces in my Etsy shop, and I might put some more in there at some point in time, but yeah, and I would be really crazy and show you the list of books that's over there that I gotta read that I am reading, but I'm not gonna do that. I can't. No, I can't show you all that because it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming in such a wonderful, beautiful way. And I've got some great scholars, mentors that are just so wonderful. Okay, that's enough of me talking about me. I hope you guys are well. And where's my mama's thing? Let's end on my mama's button from her estate. This button, I did keep one just to remind of some of the things that I've gifted and happy mailed and where they really come from and that kind of thing. And I always try to keep something behind that I gift. There's a little horseshoe, so cute. Look at the little snowman. Anyway, yeah, I'm just musing on my mama these days and thinking about her, but I'm laughing more than crying. I looked at, I'll share something with y'all very personal. I was looking in to percolate some of the coffee dye, because I have a bag of coffee, decaffeinated. Some of it's caffeinated, some of it's decaffeinated coffee, and some of the black teas to percolate it. And I'm looking for the percolator part, because sometimes I use the bottom part just to boil eggs or boil a piece of ginger to make a ginger tea or for whatever, right? And so I was looking for the percolator part, and lo and behold, I come across this mug, coffee mug, that my mom bought me a long time ago. I don't know where my mama got that from, but anyway, it's so cute. And on the side of it, it says something like, I would show it to you guys, but it's so personal, and I just, you know, I don't want to go get it, and like I usually do. Y'all know how I am. I'm kind of I'm the one who has grabbed sweet potatoes out of my refrigerator and showed them to you. And if you know, if you don't, you don't. Hi, April Reeves. I love you. I hope you and your mama are doing well, girl, if you watch. But anyway, so I came upon the coffee mug that my mom got me. I don't use it because I want to preserve it, but I am going to start using it because that's the point. And guys, just lit up. And on the side it says something like keep on, you know, Etsying, keep on crafting, keep on doing this, and don't stop. It's kind of a really beautiful you know, thing that she was kind of celebrating my little success on Etsy. And she knew all about the idea that was stolen from me and never the credit was never given properly. And she knew all about that, and she was pissed. You think I'm a rebel? Whew, boy, she was. And so you just kind of let things go. But anyway, when I came upon the coffee cup, the mug, my face just lit up into just tears and laughter. I think about her every day, and I laugh more than I cry because, ooh, if you were privileged enough to see some of the videos my mama was on that I taped when we would be out at thrift stores, those videos are no longer posted on my YouTube channel. You know her, you know how she was. And there were just some things that I've never shared, obviously, with you guys that are just hilarious. I mean, she was something else. She was a gypsy, she was a hippie, she was an engineer, she was compulsive, with her writing, and she was great at math. We called her, one of my dear friends called her a backdoor engineer. One of my engineering friends in California, electrical engineer, called her a backdoor engineer. And so, yeah, it's just really interesting. And I miss her, but I'm enjoying missing her. I'm enjoying thinking about her. I'm enjoying memories of her. And every time I look in the mirror, I see my mama. I'll never forget when one of our old friends, oh my gosh, I was at the grocery store buying my great auntie a bag of pork skins because that's what she wanted. You know, my great auntie lived for a long time. We all eat what we want to eat. We don't diet. We're not a diet kind of group of people, my family. We just eat what we want. Obviously nowadays I'm being little bit more selective and not, doing all of the really good stuff, pork. Oh my God, pork. I haven't had pork in so long. Anyway, I was buying my great auntie some pork skins. That's what she had the taste for. And one of our old friends from my childhood looked at me and said, Are you Renee or are you Helen? And I'm like, I'm her daughter, Renee. She's like, oh my God, you look so much like your mama. And, if you don't know me and my mama, and if you don't know my family, you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't see it. You would think, oh, really? You look like your mom? Really? I look exactly like my mother. I have some of my dad's features too. My sister and I share my dad's foreheads, his smile. But I look like my mama. And every day, I'm just grateful that I was with her every day. I didn't miss a day, didn't miss a beat. And that's what keeps me happy and keeps me going. I hope that you guys, if your mamas are alive and still kicking around, I hope that y'all are enjoying them and celebrating them and laughing with them, making memories. Jot down some stuff that they say. If it's funny, if it's sad, if it's angry, if it's a cuss word or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. My family was a big cussing family. I'm a cusser. I cuss. My niece now cusses, which horrifies me. We'll talk about that another time, maybe next year. I thought I was a cusser. My niece has picked that up. My sister doesn't like it, but what is she going to do? What you gonna do? Anyway, all right, guys. I'm gonna say good luck to my niece on kicking ass in her driving test today. Her car is so cute. She's already bought like heart pillows and all kinds of 17-year-old stuff. She'll be 18 in a hot minute soon, but she's already like bought all the stuff, and she's driving. And yes, I'm just hoping that she slows down. Don't be like my students who said they would run over me when they found out I only drive 65 on a 80-mile freeway. They said, we would run over you, professor. And I said, well, why do y'all drive so fast? And their response was, because there's only 24 hours in a day. I've told y'all that before. I'm hoping my niece does not take on that kind of mentality. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye. Watch out for my Etsy shop. I'm going to snip this up, and whatever K3N, whatever else she puts in her packs for herself, because she doesn't sell this. She just made the packs for herself. And she said, good luck to you if you can find fabrics like this. Which I love. And I'm like, hi, hello. I could do that. So anyway, I'm going to try to put everything that she put in her packs in her pack for herself. She has a little basket. I don't have a basket. Oh, I have a lot of baskets, but her basket wasn't as big as this basket. This is a big basket. It's huge. It wasn't as big as this one. This is one of those woven baskets. Wasn't as big as this one. Look at all this pretty linen that I can dye. Oh, when I have time. These are all linen napkins, by the way. White cotton linen napkins. Linen napkins. Look how pretty those are. Aren't they beautiful? So much stuff. I have so much stuff, guys, but I don't have no time to play. Anyway, I'm going to try and put everything in my bundle that she puts in hers. The only thing that I noticed she put in hers is these cute little tins. I won't be able to put those in there because I don't have any. And all the tins that I use came from my estate stuff. And these are my grandmother's thimbles. So I'll never get rid of those. Those are from my grandmother. And so I keep things like that. That's my stuff. Separate from the stuff I sell and acquire. But yeah, so anyway, I won't be able to put the cute little tins in there that she has, but I will put the doodads in there. I'll try and sort of copy the doodads that she has. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye. I think, is Matilda, is she happy? Well, she's looking like, yeah, probably you should stop talking, I think is what she's saying. Stop talking and just get on with the get on, girl. So, okay, Matilda, I'm going to get on with it. All right, guys, have a very beautiful day, and I will see you guys again soon. Just keep watching my Etsy store. I'm not sure if I'm going to come back and show you the bundles. They just going to be in my Etsy shop, okay? All right, talk to y'all. Oh, and there's 30% off of everything in there right now until, I don't know, till when, but it's really short. So if you want something with 30% off, you better go get it. All right, bye.